What's up, guys? Welcome to day 38 as we dive into the theme of wolves. We'll be looking at Matthew chapter 7, verse 15, where it says, "Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves." Wolves are not detected because of inferior costume design. On the contrary, they know their craft and dress themselves accordingly. They have studied the trends and understand the importance of adapting to the sheep's ever-changing preferences and desires. Solid branding is key, and lucky for the wolf, it's never been easier. Wolves know what to capitalize on. Instant gratification makes a short list. Also, pithy tweets and expertly filtered memes can eclipse actual Bible knowledge any day of the week. Social responsibilities, also a boon for business. And of course, being your best you or just being you. Hashtag selfie, hashtag self-love, hashtag self-care, hashtag self. Wolves appear to the masses. They are not hawking dissensions or controversies. That would be crazy. Controversies might sustain a second-rate block, but it's not going to fill stadiums. Unity, inspiration, and goodwill are what pay individuals and sell a sick amount of swag. Hashtag cha-ching. Of course, oh yeah, and it makes the world a better place and whatnot. Who are we to judge anything or anyone? The wolf says, hoping to counteract any possible discernment. We are just here to spread the love and be awesome. Hashtag I must increase. Hashtag follow me more. Hashtag I say what you want to hear. Unity, used cars, timeshares, spirituality, it makes no difference. They're all just products, and like any salesman worth his salt, the wolf knows the product better than the consumers do. He relies on his creativity, messaging, branding, and personality. Sure, Jesus is disguised, but mostly in an anecdotal sort of way. Not in the he is Messiah, the Son of the living God sort of way. That would make Jesus the headliner and bad for business. Wolves draw attention to themselves, their names, their products, and most destructively, their take on goodness and love, with narratives far more on trend than the dusty words of yesteryear. Wolves use all possible means to satisfy their hunger for recognition, honor, status, and wealth. And in a time with vainglorious behavior is celebrated and selfish ambition looks like high energy do-gooding, wolves have become harder to detect, but detect we must, lest we be deceived. So, how do we do that? For starters, we quit consuming. We stop opting for one-off Jesus stories and spiritual inspiration and go directly to the inspired Word of God. We read His word stories and meditate on His Word. We replace instant gratification with long-term soul satisfaction by allowing Jesus to determine our preferences and desires. We reject any message promising ease or lack of resistance as contrary to Jesus' example and message. We learn who He is and who we are in Him. We are chosen, not by wolves to be exploited, but chosen by the true and living God to be with Him now and for all of eternity. The prayer for today is, ask God to give you discernment in recognizing wolves or messages from the wolves? Here are some moving questions. Jesus said, "By their fruit you will recognize them." Matthew chapter 7 verse 16. What does that mean? The phrase in Matthew chapter 7 verse 16 where it says, "By their fruits you will recognize them." What does that mean to you? How can you improve your wolf spotting skills? How can you improve your wolf spotting skills? What measures can you take to guard your heart and mind and loved ones from wolves? What measures can you take to guard your heart and mind and loved ones from wolves? And that will conclude our time for day 38 with the theme of wolves. Today's theme of wolves, I bet that everyone on this planet could relate to. Maybe not the same exact thing, but like still has a level of, some sort of level of trusting in the false words of Satan, or like products, I guess. It could be both. For example, I feel like one of the things that we high schoolers love to do or want is craving for attention. We want attention, we need the attention, we think having attention is fun, we think we are more important when we have attention from others, but we really do not need that. And to be honest, I feel like when we work hard to try to get people's attention, we start to depend on it, depend on how much attention we get. And in doing that, when we don't have a lot of attention, we become depressed. And when we get too much attention, we start to do stupid stuff that's gonna get us into trouble. And so, instead of craving for this attention, run away from it, because I still do not understand what it is about craving those attention that is so appealing to high schoolers. I genuinely do not. I really do not understand where it comes from. And from adult perspective, I guess financial is a big thing. We need the money. We need the money to support our family. We need the money to buy what we want. And the thing is, like, money is not the issue. It's more about how we use the money and how dependent we are on money. If we're like 100% dependent, like without money I would die, it's like, then you would not have a very happy life, because all you want is more money, more and more. We are feasting on this instant gratification, which is going to feel good at the moment, but on the long run, it's going to feel like we wish we never had those things before, because it has like a really dramatic effect, or maybe not dramatic, but like an effect that's going to have on us, that's going to change the person that we are, shape the kind of person that we are today. And so may we guard against these thoughts of, let's be more popular, let's get better grades, let's be better than everybody else, let's be the most athletic, the most handsome, the best musician, the best writer, yada 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 yada. All these junk that we don't need in our lives. And we need them, but we don't need them to survive. I mean, we don't need them to make us happy. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. We don't need these junk to make us happy. We can be happy by trusting in God and knowing that He is there He is there to back us up, even if we don't always see Him. May we trust and rest in peace, knowing that He is there behind us to back us up, to help us get through life, to help us be the wisest that we can, that He made us to be. Help us to help others as well, not just ourselves. We have to learn to help others, to not have these attention, wanting these instant gratification of attention, wealth, glory, popularity, and all those stuff that we all want, and like everything. Like, we need to stop depending on moral things and actually depend on the immortal things like God, Jesus, long-term friendship, that like actual good friendship. And so may we today live with that mindset, and may you go and walk with God today.